Get up, get up, get up, get up. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. Hope you guys doing well this morning. Make sure you get out there to cryptoblood.io and get your Crypto Blood, crypto related, Webbot related t-shirt. We've got them going for $24.99 plus a little shipping. But if you're in the Webbot chat room, there is a promo. So just ask one of the admins or ask me, Crypto Blood, and I can get you that discount. Again, welcome people. It's Monday. We're at it again. So just getting my day started. I've got an interview coming up with Mark Space. They reached out to me, so I will be doing an interview, sponsored interview with them, and excited, man. I was looking into their concept. It is definitely something that is going to be the future, and I don't know how many of you watch Gary V. He talks about VR and stuff, how that's the wave, man. That's the next wave, so I can see that for sure. So again, welcome guys, another episode of My Two Satoshis. We're going to first look at the market cap and then look at the Crypto Blood chart that I have kept, I keep track of. It's been about 3 months now worth of just kind of drawing on charts, and we're very close to some critical levels in my opinion. So I'm going to take a look at that. And yeah, let's dive right into it. So the market cap currently is sitting at $178 billion. That is I can't wait to the point where I'm like looking at these old videos a year or two from now, when the market cap of Bitcoin is like 1.2 trillion, 2 trillion. People are gonna be like, man, I wish I would have got in at 178 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is sitting at 57.3%. So we've had a bump in pretty much all of the alts and tokens as well. It's kind of followed Bitcoin's move up. So let's see how this plays out for the remaining of the week. Again, we're at critical levels in my opinion, so we'll get into that next. So let's look at that. The chart that I basically have been tracking and writing on and updating for the last 3 months has taken us from 2,000, 2,500 up to where we are now, 6,100 people, and hit a high yesterday of almost 6,300. So again, as you can see, this green line here, that's my secure the bag level, and it pretty much lines up with this fib extension that I drew. We've got Clif highs target of 68.88 right here, and I was going to, my strategy was to basically go into Tether at this point, take everything off the table. But we got a tweet from Clif. Yesterday actually. I believe yesterday. It may have been the day before. But he talks about, I guess people were asking him, like, what's going to happen to the altcoins and crypto assets once Bitcoin hits his target of 68.88. He essentially said that's when the sloshing effect will start. So he believes that cryptos or Bitcoin will slosh over into the crypto assets. So that kind of changed my strategy for those levels. I think I may just move into more crypto assets, because initially I was going to just go into Tether and just kind of wait and buy up the crypto assets, because I thought that Bitcoin would hit those levels and then the sloshing would not go into the crypto assets, but kind of back into fiat. So I think I'm going to change my strategy per Clif High's tweet. So just a little insight there, people. So again, we're very close to those levels. So let's just keep watching it. I think we may have another 2 or 3 days, possibly, before we hit 6,600. Again, my area of price where I'm going to be basically taking profits, and instead I will be moving into more crypto assets instead of into fiat or dollar. I was just going to sit in Tether. And if you guys don't know what Tether is like it's not an ERC20 token. It's actually on the, I think, Omni blockchain, but it's a crypto asset that tries to, and there's been rumors about it being a Ponzi scheme or fraud or whatever. It follows closely the US dollar or treasury. I think it's more so the US dollar. So it tries to stay 1-to-1 with the dollar. So if you move into Tether, you can kind of, like, if your cryptos are on like Bittrex, or I believe Bitfinex may also provide or offer Tether. I know HitBTC does. So on HitBTC and Bittrex, you can move into Tether, which will simulate you being in dollar, because those exchanges can't, from a regulatory perspective, can't hold US dollar in that manner. So that's maybe a good strategy to employ in the future. So just a little tidbit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the article we're talking about today. I wanted to do a follow-up with Tezos, because that's been essentially picked by Clif as the mystery coin. So found this article about Tezos. Basically they're kind of nipping a lot of those rumors in the bud, especially regarding the SEC. So let's take a look at what they have to say about this. The title of this article says, Tezos rebuffs rumors of SEC probe into $232 million crypto ICO. So it says here further, the founders of the blockchain startup Tezos moved to quell rumors of an investigation by the Security and Exchange Commission starting on Friday that the agency has not contacted them, basically saying that they haven't contacted Tezos. The denial, which came in response to an inquiry from Fortune, could tamp down some of the recent drama around Tezos, which raised $232 million this July in a high-profile initial coin offering. Tezos ICO followed a familiar model in which participants handed over money in the form of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, in the hopes of receiving digital tokens in the future. In the case of Tezos, the plan is to create tokens known as Tezos for use on a new type of software that governs contracts on the blockchain. So it goes on to say that Tezos sale, however, came amid growing concerns by regulators that ICOs can amount to the unlicensed sale of securities and be used to fleece investors. But it then goes on to say here that rumors of possible investigations surged anew last week in the light of a very popular spat between the Brightmans and the director of the Tezos Foundation, a Swiss nonprofit tasked with using the proceeds of the ICO support the development of Tezos platform. The spat involves the foundation's director, Johan Gevers, accusing the Brightmans of threatening the foundation's independence. The Brightmans, meanwhile, have accused Gevers of incompetence and self-dealing, which just want to put a note in there. This was all forecast. Literally, I swear to you guys, this was all forecast by Clif High's bare naked wealth report. I think crocodile teeth. I want to say it was in April. I'll double check, but for those naysayers out there to say, you know, Clif is just making up stuff, or you know, it's luck. The percentage is of his calls ranges in the luck area. Not true. Like, he literally detailed that Tezos, he didn't like Tezos because the data showed that there was some arrogance within the organization, and he really said steer clear from them. So there you have it, people. That's Webbot at its finest. And so recently, let me just give you an update though. Recently, Clif High talked about a mystery coin showing up in his data, and so come to find out, the mystery coin was Tezos. So you know, the data showed that there would be a fallout between management at this particular company. He didn't know, this particular ICO, he did not know what company this was. However, it came out that Tezos pretty much followed his modeling, and so we'll see what happens here. He said there are two scenarios. One is that, you know, this can all end up being something that benefits the token holders, where people can buy the tokens at a lower price after this whole debacle kind of completes itself, or it will be that people will end up just getting their Ethereum and Bitcoin back once this all settles, and basically Tezos has to dissolve. So we'll see what happens. Basically, the latter scenario is, if, let's say, a year from now everyone gets their money back, well, Ethereum and Bitcoin will be way higher, and it will look as though it was a windfall for those investors, because, you know, Ethereum and Bitcoin will have appreciated much more at that point. So we'll see what happens with that. But I just wanted to read one more area of this article. So it says here that any trouble Tezos may be facing, however, does not appear to include an SEC investigation, which would be a devastating development and pose potential civil or criminal trouble. In 2 phone interviews with Fortune, Kathleen Brightman said Tezos has not received any inquiries from the SEC. So just because they haven't received anything from the SEC so far doesn't mean that they won't. The SEC, all of these government agencies they build cases against you, so it won't be right out the gate. They'll build a file on you and come, and when they come, and they have pretty much all the evidence they need to take you down. So just got to be careful out there, guys. Any of you doing ICOs, especially in the US, of course, make sure you're very careful and you get the proper guidance from lawyers that are familiar with this space, because many are still not. It's such a new space. You may need to go find a specialized lawyer for these endeavors, these ICO ventures. Because I know when we started our startups, we had a lawyer that focused strictly and solely on tech startups. So you're going to have to find a specialized subset of that in that space, the tech space, that a lawyer that is actually pretty knowledgeable about blockchain technology and the legal ramifications of doing certain things. So again, make sure you guys get the proper legal advice. So it says here, finally, it's unclear who exactly is controlling the hoard of wealth Tezos is now sitting on. Since July, when the token sale took place, the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum have soared, which means the 232 million collected at the time is now worth much more. According to Reuters and others, the foundation is slowly converting the digital currency into cash. Wow. So we'll see. I just wanted to definitely hit you guys with that because we know that that's Clif's mystery coin. So when that came across my desk, I'm like, yep, let me talk about that, update the people on that one. So that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Again, I will be talking with the crew over at MarkSpace. I'm excited to see what they have to say about this company. Again, if you guys follow Gary V, he talks about it all the time. So this will be my first kind of introduction to a VR type of platform, especially on the blockchain. So be interesting to see, people. So pretty much that is it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also make sure you join that Webbot room. We're nearing 3,000 people. Can you believe that? Great community, and come and join us. A breath of information to share and learn from each other. That's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out. Holla.